Hello there, I am Scotty. You are not. This is a channel update. And I'm doing a longer video instead of a short this time because... why not? So, this might take a little while. So, those of you may have noticed that I started Sequelathon and then sort of only did it for like 2 days and haven't continued yet. That is totally not my fault at all. I recorded the Universal Horror Month stuff, got that done, and I hope you guys are enjoying that. I want to continue next year, but not with just horror, because I feel that trying to figure out ones to do for this year. As you'll see when we get to the end of the month, I kind of the last two. I kind of just picked two and threw them in there. But I kind of wanted to revisit both of those again. They were not very good watches, so just look for those. But next year, I want to bring it back. And yes, you can say, well, aren't you copying Channel Awesome? Yes, I was inspired by it. That's why I wanted to do horror movies this year. But then watching their stuff for Universal, I'm like, oh, I could do that movie, I could do that. And so next year, what I would like to do is Universal Pictures Month and do like half and half, where like half of them are revisited and the other half are new. I know 13, there's no dividing in half, so I'm gonna have to do one. I'm thinking 6 revisited, 7 new, or vice versa, depending on what I can figure out by then. So yeah, I'm hoping that. But so I did that. So for years, I've been getting told, hey, your kitchen floor needs to be redone. I keep getting told that, and nothing ever gets done. Had a recent inspection. Say your floor needs to get done. And okay, they keep telling me that, and they keep telling me that, and nothing ever happens. So I start. They tell me that, and they tell me that they have to repaint my walls, which I don't see that needs to happen. I don't get the point of that, but so what happened was I started doing Sequelathon 5, right? And I was doing pretty good pace with it, I think. Getting out some of those done. It was a slow start, but it's always kind of slow when I do it. And my thought was I get as much as I can done because it was a weekend. I had my son this weekend. I'm doing this, so I was trying to get as much as I can done. And then Tuesday, the caretaker walks up to me and says, "Oh, they're gonna come in tomorrow and do your floor." I was told the day before they're going to do my floor, they're coming in to do my floor, so I had to move other things around. I did do a couple of reviews. I did do a couple of reviews while I was doing that, but I had to keep focus. I left that one back there. I left that up, so but I have a new floor now. But that took me away from my channel for those days. So when they said it was going to be Wednesday and Thursday, it's what they told me. Wednesday and Thursday, that's when they're going to do their floor, and that's it. So, okay, so then Thursday night I can come back in and I can get a couple done before I have to go, right? Because I don't have to work on Friday. So yeah, Wednesday went smooth. I was smart, and I brought a lunch to work. And Wednesday went fine. I was able to come back up here. They had the floor toned up, but actually it wasn't smooth exactly. I was downstairs and the fire alarm went off, and it turns out I thought about it. I'm like, is it connected to what's going on in my apartment? And the answer was yes. They had the door open and they were pulling out the floor, and it kicked up dust that was under the floor. It got into the fire alarm in the hallway and made the whole building go off. And that was unexpected. So that, I guess, pushed them back a little bit. And then I was told that Thursday they'd be done. So he was doing this, and I was downstairs again, brought lunch, whatever, was watching TV, and he eventually comes up to me. He says, "Oh, hey, are you Scott?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, well, we got a problem. It's taking longer than expected because I had to put some stuff down on the floor because of the dust and everything, and that's gonna take a little while to dry, and I don't know if I'll be able to get it done until Friday in the morning, early morning. And you can go up there, but like you might be able to find a path to get to the living room or the bedroom. And as you guys know, in my current situation, I sleep in the bedroom. So, which I could have gotten to, but it kind of stunk up here. And like, so I was sitting there, and so I finally had to make the call. I wanted to do things on my own, but I had to make the call to my mom to go stay there on Thursday because I was off Friday. And that did all work out for the best, I think. But yeah, and then trying to come up here because I have to come over here and get some stuff. I had to get my bag. I had to get a couple things to bring. I had to get another shirt. And I had to bring up my work stuff. So I came up. I had to play Pitfall, which will age me very well. Pitfall, that's an old Atari game. I had to play Pitfall to jump from place to place to get to where I was going, and I had to do that 3 times because I came up here and I grabbed my grocery cart. You can't see it, it's off screen. The grocery cart that I used, I had to grab that. That was way in there in the living room, so I had to go through the living room to grab it, and then I had to. I got that. I got my bag and the shirt and my charger. I already had my charger, but I went back down and I realized I forgot to grab. There was something else I forgot to grab. I realized I left my headphones because I was going to watch something on my phone. And I'm like, oh, I left my headphones upstairs because I threw them in my lunchbox. So I come back here, grab it, go back down, and I had to come back up for a 3rd time. I don't remember what that was for. But I was like, I'm done. Maybe it was only 2 times I didn't want to go up a 3rd time. I thought it was 3 times. What was the 3rd time? I swear I did it 3 times. What was the 3rd time? I don't know. And also keep in mind that while I'm going through this, my air conditioner, it was pretty much shit. It pretty much shit out. For the last few years, it's been kind of crappy. Barely putting out any air when it does. It's like hot air, so it sucked. So I didn't even have it on, and it was starting to get hot. So it was muggy as hell in here trying to get the stuff, because I had the windows open on that Wednesday when I came back up, but then it decided to pour down rain, so I had to squeeze my ass through all the stuff that was in the living room to shut the windows, and I didn't reopen them again, so it was hot as hell in here. And he had the door open, but yeah. So I was going to my mom's, and I was downstairs waiting for her, and I actually bumped into the guy again. He's like, oh, did you go up and get some stuff? I'm like, yeah, I'm leaving. I'm going somewhere else. He's like, oh, okay, then I'll try to stay later tonight and try to get it done. And so we swapped numbers. Or I gave him his number and he called me. I gave him my number and he called me. What I said the first time to me, I gave him my number and he called me. And yeah, he got it done by around 9 or so on Thursday night. So that was good. So it was good. So then by the time then some other stuff happened this weekend. So originally, I was just a normal weekend, right? And my sister wasn't supposed to come up for another few weeks or so, or maybe I think it was next weekend. She was supposed to come up. Well, her schedule at work changed, so she's coming that weekend. So that threw another wrench into things. So then we're gonna have to go grocery shopping on Friday. But the problem was my floor gonna be done by then? It was, and it was like the easiest time I had getting that cart in here because there was nothing in the freaking kitchen. So it was easy as hell to get that cart in here. But yeah, and another monkey wrench. My stepdad ended up he's supposed to work. He ended up getting the weekend off because I'm not going to go into a list of other things. So that threw more wrench in it. But we had a pretty good weekend. All things considered, we watched the Captain America, the new one, Brave New World. Last night after my sister left, we watched it after supper. It was good. We went to Applebee's with my folks on Thursday night. Had a pretty good time there. We went to Dorgy's on Saturday with my sister. That was pretty fun. That was pretty good. You know, yeah, pizza fries. That was interesting. Though no pepperoni's necessary, but it was good. And mac and cheese pies that were delicious. But yeah, it was a pretty fun weekend. I got a little buzzed. I wouldn't say that I drink the Bud Light seltzers now. They don't get me drunk like the Trulies do, but they get me pretty buzzed, which I kind of like better than being floppy drunk. I get buzzed, and I actually can feel myself having a good time, whereas if I'm getting drunk, I'm falling all over the place, right? Yeah, pretty good all things considered, but, you know, I wasn't able to continue the sequel-a-thon like I wanted, but hopefully, knock on wood, the floor is wood now, knock on wood, hopefully I can get back to that this week. Was unable to do it tonight because Tony from Hackett Movies decided that his Man of Steel review had to be 3 hours long. So I'm watching that. They're almost done, but it's at the point where it's like after 6 o'clock, and I kind of don't want to do any. I absolutely have to, but yeah. Who knows? But yeah, so that's a little bit of update for you guys. Universal, everything else. I found some of my Taxi Season 1 things on top of my fridge when they had it moved over here. That's a disc 2. And there's another one somewhere. Is this disc 1 or disc 1 and disc 2? But there's 3 discs. You see, it's been up there for a while. Look at it, dust. That's another thing. I had a vacuum because of all the dust that got kicked up. I had a vacuum. I had to sweep the bathroom and mop it because it had crap in there. I was tracking that in because of the floor. Put my shoes on every time. It was weird making my dinner on Wednesday night. I had egg sandwiches that night. It was weird making it in a kitchen. It had nothing in it, and there was no floor really. There was a floor, but it wasn't the kitchen floor. It was leaked up. It was weird, but yeah, it was definitely an experience. You know, definitely an experience. And I'm wearing an orange shirt. It was definitely an experience. So, yeah. So, there's an update for you guys. Thank you for watching. I've been Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.